Welcome back, everybody. Maddox here. I'm the Poke Historian, and this is my channel where we sometimes just get on the internet and look at cool cards. Today we're looking at White Flare and Black Bolt. I'm going to do two videos, but I hadn't really taken that close of a look at these sets, so I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do that. Just had dinner and I got some time to kill. Let's jump in. We got Sewaddle here, Kato artwork. Reminds me a lot of the Charizard from the Charizard Ultra Premium collection where it's taking a nap after it fought Venusaur. Could be the same field, who knows? Got Swadloon, same artist, hanging out by this tree. This Pokemon never looks very happy. We got Levani. Looks like it's like dancing around the field. Not one of my favorite Pokemon. Got Cotton Eye Joe here out in a mysterious forest. Sweet artwork. The Cotton Puff Pokemon. Whimsicott EX. Standard 5-band graphics. Deerling. Very unique artwork by someone named Nerano. Never heard of them. I feel like I've never seen like artwork that looks like this. The Sawsbuck here has got the same thing going on. I can't think of any art that I've seen that's really comparable to this that much. Pretty cool though. I like it. Got Shelmet here. Puckering up, and we got a Carablast hiding out in the foliage thinking, man, I want to get a piece of that. Anyways, got Elselgor shooting some poison. Virizion, one of the Musketeer Pokemon. At least I think that's what they were called. They're like the Three Musketeers, Virizion, Cobalion, and Terrakion. I don't know. That's what I remember from back in the day. Tepig here, running through the grass. Such an underrated Pokemon, Tepig. I don't care for the evolutions that much, but I do love Tepig. Got Pignite. Pignite's not terrible either. Going for a walk, strutting those muscles. Got Embor here. Charging up a big fiery fist. We got Pansear. You know, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't hate the elemental monkeys. I don't think they're that bad. Simisear hanging off this tree. Nice jungle background. Got Litwick here performing a seance. Got all these candles. Like that one a lot. Satoma. Lampit hanging out by the street light. Couple streetlights, I guess. Got Chandelure here, welcoming us to Beast Castle. Got Heatmore here, hanging out in the African savannah. Kind of reminds me of the Abracard from base set with those trees and just the general atmosphere here. Except I think there's more foliage in this card. Reshiram EX, standard 5-band graphics. Oshawott here, hanging out in the water with its shell. I like Oshawott too. I didn't care for it that much when Gen 5 first came out, but it's kind of grown on me. It's not bad. We got Dewott. Got two shells there. I like this artwork in the background. It looks like waterfalls and stuff. It's really pretty. I wouldn't mind visiting a place like that. There's waterfalls everywhere. We got Samurott here. This Pokemon really grew on me with Legends Arceus, I have to say. Not bad. Artwork's kind of standard though. Basculin. Ready to take a big chomp. Classic Ducklet. One of the best Pokemon of all time. I don't know why I like this guy. I think I've just kind of realized like over the last few years that I kind of like ducks a lot. I don't know where it came from, but that's how I am. Got Swanna. Vanillite. Vanillish. Doing some ice skating looks like. Looks like it's doing like ice skating with its eyes closed, taking a nap. It's kind of strange. Vanillux here. Not too interesting. Keldeo EX. Planeta Yamashita. Look at this Blitzel. Hamada. Not familiar with that artist either, but this looks like a painting. I wouldn't mind having that in my house. Big version of that. But look at this Zipstrika, the storm rolling in here. Looking all fierce. That's neat. It's probably looking at that storm being like, heck yeah, that's where I want to be. I'm going to charge up my electricity in that baby. Hamada. I like this artist. Like, that would be great to like have like these as a couple paintings, to have like the Blitzel and the Zipstrika right next to each other like that. That'd be really cool. We got Joltik here climbing out of a log, poking the stick. That's kind of funny. Got Gaventula shooting off some electric waves. Stunfisk, everyone's favorite and most useful Pokemon of all time. Oh man. Woobat here. Kind of neat. Looks very hand drawn, almost like it was done with like colored pencils or something, but then like this is really detailed too. Winter Wander. Wonder if that's their real name. Swoobat here. Very pretty artwork. Dusk or early morning. Sigilyph. Hanging out in the desert. Got Yamask. I feel like this is kind of an underrated Pokemon too. Tojo artwork. Cofagrigus, one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5. Big old lightning bolt there in the background. That's kind of spooky. Got Gothita. Hanging out on this wall with a giant apartment building or mansion there in the background. Gothorita. Looks like it's hanging out some ancient ruins. Cityscape in the far back. Got Gothitelle here. This one's kind of strange. Seems like they're all taking place sort of at the same place. Maybe? Maybe not. Who am I kidding? It's all the same artist though. Those look like psychic fireworks or something there in the background. We got Frillish. Chihuahua. Never heard of that artist. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe it's underwater. Got Jellicent. You know what this Pokemon reminds me of? If you ever played Mario RPG, and like there's like that cloud city you go with all like the big cloud people that are walking around. I feel like this Pokemon kind of reminds me of those cloud people a little bit. Particularly, I think it was like Malo's dad who had like the big mustache or something. For some reason, like when I see this, I think of those cloud people. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. Roggenrola by somebody named Anisaki Dynamic. I don't know if that's a company or someone's pseudonym or what. That background looks hyper realistic too, doesn't it? We got Bulldor. And we got Gigalith here. Look at that beautiful scene. Looking back at us like, yeah, isn't this beautiful? I think so too. Check out that sunset. Never really like looked that closely at Gigalith before. Looks kind of cool from this angle. Got Sock here. Kind of a Hitmonchan ripoff. Got Archon. And we got Archeops. It's like a flying lizard bird. Very different artwork there. Got Mindfu. Doing some meditating on top of this rock in the bamboo forest. Got Mienshao. Never really cared for this Pokemon that much. Terrakion. Front and center. Purloin. Also front and center. I feel like Purloin's kind of underrated. Liepard's kind of cool too. I like this. Kind of like cartoony, but also just like very colorful. Got Scraggy here. Just hanging out in this old beat up part of town. And we got Scrafty. Never cared for that Pokemon. Here's a real winner. Old Trubbish. Hanging out in the dumpster. What a legendary card. I love it. Okubo. So many of this artist I've never heard about before. Like, it's kind of wild. I got Garbodor here. Picking up some trash. Okubo. Zorua. Okage artwork. Don't know who that is. I don't know like who any of these artists are. It's pretty wild. Maybe I'm falling behind the times. Zoroark. Not real crazy about that one. Volibee. Kobayashi. Don't know them either. I like this though. Very hand-drawn looking. I always like those. Here we got Mandibuzz. Flying out over the sunset. Dino. Or Dino, I don't even know. Looking up at the light, looks like it's like stuck in a hole or something, or maybe a cave. You got Zweilous. Looking a lot happier than Dino. And then we got Hydreigon EX. 5-band graphics. Nothing too special. Ferroseed. Just hanging out there on some grassy rocks. Here's my buddy Zach's favorite Pokemon, Ferrothorn. It's kind of become like a running joke with us. Because it's just kind of a random Pokemon that nobody thinks about. But it got an illustration rare, so what do I know? In fact, I guess it gets 2 illustration rares because it's got one in this set, I would presume. Got Durant. Oh, here's an artist I know, Mori. Druddigon. I feel like people always forget about this dragon. Got Patrat. Onishi. Got Watchog. Looks like it's in like a Minecraft video game or something there with that background. I don't even know. Here we go. Lillipup. Sao. Classic. Look at that. Sao always knocks it out of the park. If you don't know, they're the ones that did the Gengar VMAX, so that tells you the caliber of artists we're looking at here. We got Herdier, same artist, Sao. Frolicking through the grass. We got Stoutland here. Also the same artist. Looking up at the sunlight. I like that evolution chain. Bouffalant EX. Apparently this Pokemon got an EX. Random. We got Tornadus, one of the legendaries from Black and White. I think Tornadus is actually my favorite out of the group. Or maybe it's Thundurus. I don't know. I have to think about that. Antique Plume Fossil. Kind of a nice artwork for a trainer, though. I'll give it that. We got Brave Bengal. We got old Charon here. One of your friends from Black and White hanging out in the classroom. Energy Retrieval. That's probably the coolest looking energy retrieval I've ever seen. Kind of reminds me of one of those claw machines that you play when you're a kid and you try and win the stuffed animals out of. Got this clown. I feel like there's got to be a lot of jokes that you could make with this card, I would think. There's got to be. We got Hilda. Never even knew what her name was until recently, but there she is. Oh, you can see the Pokemon Center in the background. This has got to be like that first big city you go to in the game. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's like where you have to like find like the dancers and like there's a bunch of big boats that like dock in the city, and there's like the alleys with all the people running around. It's got to be that city. It looks like it. Tool Scrapper. Ignition Energy. Never heard of that one. Kind of reminds me of the 4th of July, like sparklers or something there in the background. Oh, and now it's about to get good, folks. We're looking at the illustration rares, and wow, look at this Swaddle. What a gorgeous looking card for such a random Pokemon. I love this. God, look at all the different colors on the fruit and the fauna. I love that card. I want to get that one. Here we got Swadloon. Not as cool as the Swaddle, but not a terrible card. Still not looking very happy. Look at this Livani. This is actually pretty nice. I like this a lot better than the regular version of this Pokemon. It's got the Swaddle and the babies there. The Swadloons. Swaddles and Swadloons. Here we got old Cotton Gin hanging out in the field. Windmill in the background. Deerling hanging out. You know what this kind of reminds me of when I see this? It reminds me of Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where like I think it's like in the forest area and you meet like the forest spirit. You have to get like the tears of light for it, and there's like this like water you wade into, and there's like the waterfalls in the background. That's what this reminds me of. Boy, does Deerling look relaxed here. Not a bad card. Got Sawsbuck taking a nap. Probably tired from watching Deerling and all its shenanigans all day long. We got Shelmet here, drinking right from the hose like we used to back in the day. A Selgor hanging out in the trees. We got Virizion. Just eating some grass. Just eating some grass. We got Tepig here. Enjoying the fall. This is a nice card too. I gotta get this one. Pig Knight. Hanging out eating all the food. Before Tyranitar comes to eat it all up. If you know, you know. We got Embor. Doing some training out in the volcano area. Panseer. Grabbing some fruit. I wonder what kind of fruit these are supposed to be. They're like spiky. Kind of cool though. Look at this Simisear Salso artwork. It looks like something right out of a children's storybook, right? I like that card. Got Litwick here. Kind of giving me Castlevania vibes a little bit for some reason. With that ruined wall and the big old moon. I think I might like the regular Litwick card better though. I don't know. This isn't bad though. It's definitely pretty cool. Lampent here. This one's pretty nice. Look at the detail here. This old mansion or library or whatever it is. Kind of looks like the library from my law school. We got Chandelure. Just doubling down on the Beauty and the Beast theme here. With all these flowers and the food. Be our guest. We got Heatmore here. Looking to find some food, and then Durant's like creeping on it. Does like Durant and Heatmore have some sort of relationship together? They probably do. Because like don't like anteaters usually, oh, they're called anteaters. But then like isn't Durant too big for this thing to eat? Like what's it looking for in here? Like Durant's not going to fit in that stump. So what is it looking for? Let's see what this says here at the bottom. It says it breathes through a hole in its tail while it burns with an internal fire. Durant is its prey. Okay, so this thing does eat Durant. Huh. That Durant doesn't look that concerned. Got Oshawott here taking a nap. What a beautiful card that is. This makes me want to go on vacation. Got to add that one to the collection at some point. Got Duat here. Training at the Cerulean City Gym. Or who knows. It's cool though. Got Samurott here, hanging out with all the Wingull. Posing for the camera. Basculin. Hanging out in all the underwater vegetation. Ducklet splish splashing with its friends. It's an interesting angle to do this card from. I like it. We got Swanna here. Flying with other Swanna. Pretty graceful. Oh, look at this Vanillite. That's nice. Gives me Christmas vibes. Definitely going to pick that one up at some point. Vanillish. Spreading ice everywhere it goes. With a Vanillite right next to it. And some houses in the background. And we got Vanilluxe. Look at this card. You know what this kind of reminds me of is the Calyrex VMAX card from Chilling Reign that Arita did, where it's like flying over the house. That's kind of what this reminds me of a little bit. But what a cozy looking card, huh? Makes me really ready for Christmas. Let's keep going. We got Blitzel here, looking at its reflection in the water. Got Zipstrika. Looks like it went out into that storm it found. It looks like it also found the ocean. We got Joltik. God, there's so many illustration rares. It's insane, isn't it? Anyways, hanging out on top of this lamp. Looks like somebody was doing some paperwork. Not my favorite thing to do. Galvantula. Hanging out between these two buildings. We got Stunfisk here. Just staring out into space. Okay, knock it off, phone. Got Woobat here. God, look at the colors on this card. Might be just a little too oversaturated for me, believe it or not. Just a little bit. You got Swoobats here. Sending each other love messages or something. That's kind of cute. Got Sigalith. That is a really interesting looking place. Is that supposed to be some sort of other dimension or like ancient ruins or just a really colorful town? I don't know. Mingo is the artist. I really don't know any of these artists. Oh, look at this Yamask. This is cool. I like that one a lot. So much detail there in that background with those ruins and the flowers. We got Cofagrigus. This one's not really doing it for me, which sucks because I love this Pokemon, but I don't know what's going on here. It's just a bunch of mishmash of colors. Got Gothita. Giving off good night moon vibes. Gothorita here. Looks like it's like hanging out in someone's closet or something with all this stuff just thrown everywhere. We got Frillish. That's cool. Anything with ruins always makes me intrigued. And here we got some underwater ruins. It's like Atlantis or something. And we got Roggenrola Army. That's weird. Akasi or Akosi. And this one's fallen over. Got Bulldor. And we got Gigalith. Looking very powerful. Got Sock. Standing on top of this pillar out in the middle of the water. Doing some training. Got Arch in there. We got Archeops. I will say a lot of these illustration rares, they have really nice use of colors on them. I really appreciate that. Got Mind Fu here doing some training with different rocks on all its different body parts. Head, arms, tail. Got Mind Shao here. Also training. Lots of depictions of Pokemon training, particularly the fighting types. Terrakion here. Also lots of ancient ruins in this set, I've noticed. Got Purloin here. Hanging out with its stuffed animal. Just enjoying the good old indoor house cat life. Got Liepard here. Looking down on maybe some prey or something, who knows. We got some Pidoves there too, didn't see that at first. We got old Scraggy Doo here, grabbing all the berries it can grab. And look at this one headbutting the tree there in the background. Then they're working together because that one's actually getting the fruit down from the tree that this one headbutted. And this one's eating, this one's eating. These two are fighting. Huh. Don't care for this Pokemon, but that's kind of a funny little card. I wouldn't mind getting that one. We got Scrafty here, hanging out by the vending machine, waiting for the restock. If you know, you know. We got Trubbish here, finding like a little bottle or something, looking absolutely enamored by it. Good for you, Trubbish. Here we go, Garbodor illustration rare. Man, they dropped the ball with this one. They could have made some really funny artwork with this Pokemon, but this one doesn't look that great. I think I like the one from Paradox better. And we got Zorua here doing the whole Hakuna Matata Lion King dance number on this long branch here, looking over the waterfall. It's cool though. Zoroark. Not much going on with this one. Vullaby, looking at the sunset and or sunrise. Mandibuzz. Lots of bones up there. Nasty old vulture. Got Dino here, looking all mysterious in this dead forested area. Got Zweilous. Another super colorful card. Looking very, very happy. Looks like there's like a couple big trees in the background. And there's a bridge over to the mainland or something. What an interesting artwork. Old Ferroseed here. Several of them just hanging out in this cave. Up on the cave roof. Look at this Ferrothorn. Just making its way through the forest. Ferrothorn. Look at this Durant. All climbing along this giant wall. This one's got a bunch of fruits. This one just popped out. Got Druddigon there. Basking in the sunlight. Got Patrat. Grabbing all the snacks. I feel like there's a lot of cards in this set of like Pokemon grabbing all the snacks and berries and stuff too. I've noticed that. Got Watchog out on the watch. I think it's got the creepiest eyes, doesn't it? Got, oh, look at this Lillipup. Wants to go out and play. It's got the hat. I feel like Lillipup would be like the perfect Pokemon to have as a pet. We got her deer. Looking very distinguished up on this fancy chair. Presume this chair is where the owner is supposed to sit. Actually, I think this is a couch. Yeah, that's a couch. And look, there's some food here. Tea and crumpets or something? Who knows? Oh, wait. Is that the owner? Okay, there's a lily pup back there, and there's the Herdier. Very fancy house, though. And here we got the Stoutland outside. His little tiny paws hanging out there, popping out from all the fur. It's kind of funny. Whimsicott EX, 5-band graphics. Reshiram EX, next. Keldeo EX, Jellicent EX. Hydreigon EX. Just gonna blow through these. Bouffalon EX. Well, there's the clown again, Harlequin. There's gotta be like a good joke with this card. I'm surprised people haven't started like making memes about this one yet. There's gotta be some good content with this. There's Hilda again. Whimsicott EX. Hanging out around some plants on some steps. Reshiram EX. A lot of people apparently really like this card. It's by the same artist that does the Lugia from Silver Tempest, but I don't know. It doesn't really do it for me. I don't really care for this. But hey, if you like it, you like it. We got Keldeo EX. Apparently a lot of people like this card too, and like I'll admit, like it's not bad, but I still don't think it's as cool as the one from Crown Zenith. Like to me, like that's the best Keldeo card. But this isn't bad. Here we got a couple Jellicent. Got the male and the female version underwater. Oh, here's the EX I would want, the Hydreigon. This one's cool. I didn't like the Hydreigon too much from Surging Sparks, but I do like this one. This one really captures like the essence of Hydreigon in my opinion. Very dark and brooding, like its energy type. Greedy Eater is its ability. Thing just looks tough. Bouffalon EX. Here's the special illustration of Hilda. You got Zebstrika and Pignite here. Oh, and what's that one called? Unpheasant or something? It's not terrible. And here's another one of the chase cards, this red Victini card. I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's too simple. I really like all like the elaborate artworks with like lots of stuff going on. Maybe sometimes simple is better, but I just don't think it's for me. And then here's the white Reshiram EX card, and same thing, like maybe it looks better in person, but this just isn't my thing, y'all. It's just not. But what do you care? Anyways, that's it for White Flare. I'll see you in the next video for Black Bolt. Take care.